From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The U.S. has seen a seven-fold increase in Omicron cases of the coronavirus, the variant now making up 3% of all infections in the U.S. Meantime, the country has reached a staggering milestone this week.
The U.S. death toll from COVID-19 has topped 800,000 lives, and more than 200,000 were lost after COVID vaccines became available. The numbers from Johns Hopkins University equate the 800,000 deaths to the population of Atlanta and St. Louis combined, or Minneapolis and Cleveland combined. It is also roughly equal to yearly heart disease or stroke deaths. The grim number means the U.S. has the highest reported COVID death toll of any country. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
The Omicron variant expected to be the dominant variant across Europe by next year. A presidential trip to the tornado-ravaged state of Kentucky today. ABC's Elwin Lopez has been there since the twisters hit.
President Biden will be here in Kentucky to get a first-hand look at the damage here, and the White House says to ensure that the federal government is doing everything to get assistance to impacted areas like this one as quickly as possible.
House lawmakers voting late last night to hold President Trump's former chief of staff in contempt of Congress after turning over thousands of documents to lawmakers investigating the January 6th Capitol riot. Mark Meadows refused to answer any questions. Now the Justice Department will decide if criminal charges are warranted. The CEOs of the major airlines will be on Capitol Hill today answering questions about all those delays and canceled flights earlier this year.
Airline CEOs will thank a congressional committee for the payroll support program they say saved their industry during the pandemic. Congress, though, not letting airlines off the hook. Expect tough questions on why there's not enough airline workers, mass flight cancellations, and exactly how air carriers use those billions in taxpayer bailouts.
ABC's Andy Field. Congress has also voted to raise the debt ceiling by $2.5 trillion to pay for bills that have already passed. You're listening to ABC News.
Do you want to be a hero for the holidays? How about getting your loved one a new iPhone? That's right. Pure Talk has iPhone 12 starting at just $479 through the end of the year. And sure, they have 13s too. Switch to Pure Talk. Great nationwide 5G coverage. Yes, the same coverage as the big guys, but the average family saves over $800 a year. Now that's just smart. There's no need to overpay for Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile. Plus, with Pure Talk's 30-day risk-free guarantee, you've got nothing to lose. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. And like I said, the iPhone 12, just $479. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say Jill50, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Plus, save on a new phone. That's pound 250, say Jill50. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless. Some restrictions apply. See site for details.
The former Minneapolis police officer convicted of killing George Floyd is due back in federal court today. Derek Chauvin is now expected to change his plea to guilty on federal civil rights charges. He is already serving a 22-year sentence for kneeling on George Floyd's neck. O.J. Simpson is now a completely free man.
After serving 9 of his 33-year prison sentence for armed robbery and kidnapping, Simpson spent his parole living in a gated community in Las Vegas. Now, state officials in Nevada have granted Simpson a discharge from his parole 2 months early, citing good behavior. His lawyer saying Mr. Simpson is a completely free man now, but not disclosing O.J.'s future plans.
That's ABC's Christine Sloan. Parts of Southern California have been ordered to evacuate after nearly torrential rains sent floodwaters through several places, including the Silverado Canyon. Part of Santa Barbara County getting 8 inches. About 11 inches fell over 72 hours north of San Francisco. It was a tough day at Los Angeles International Airport at the same time that LAX officials were working on 2 emergencies. The first, 2 men who had tickets to board a flight allegedly went through a security checkpoint without being properly screened. They went on board the plane and got them off and then detained them. While all that was happening, the power went out at LAX. It was restored about 20 minutes later. This is ABC News.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart, or Go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase.
The reasons more and more people are coming to NC Tractor to do business are the selection of Massey Ferguson tractors, Bobcat zero-turn mowers, fantastic customer service, and the special Phil Sheehan seasonal discounts. NC Tractor on Railroad Avenue in Rutherford is making dreams come true for folks who want the rest.
Expect plenty of sunshine for the first half of this Wednesday. By the afternoon, some clouds will build in across areas to the east. Otherwise, we're all dealing with mild conditions, highs in the upper 50s and mid-60s. Tonight will be a cool one, but not as cool as last night. We'll fall into the upper 30s and lower 40s, with warmer highs building in tomorrow in the upper 60s and lower 70s. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Thank you very much, Peter. Good morning, everybody. It is a hump day Wednesday morning, the 15th day of December, 5 minutes after 7 o'clock. Our temperature reading right now is 35. We'll be climbing up to about 59 before the day is over with some sun all day long, mostly sunny today and light wind. Now, the rain's coming. Looks like the rain will be coming Saturday night and maybe overnight Saturday and clearing out of here for Sunday. Sunday will be partly cloudy with highs around 56. Monday, highs around 49. Mostly sunny on Tuesday. I've not looked yet at Christmas Day, what that's going to look like, but perhaps we'll have a nice, beautiful, sunny Christmas Day. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Or if we're not going to get a white Christmas, we might as well have a sunny one. 6 minutes after the hour, I have these death announcements now. Janice Laws Dyer, age 63, of Rutherfordton, passed away Tuesday, December 14th at Spartanburg Regional Medical Center. Funeral arrangements are pending and will be announced by Harrelson Funeral Home for Janice Laws Dyer. Steve Darnell Wooten, age 62, of Forest City, died Thursday, December 9th at Hospice House in Forest City. Services will be announced later. The Paget and King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements, and online guest registry available at www.pagetking.com for Steve Darnell Wooten. Harold Baynard, age 65, of Spindale, passed away Saturday, December the 11th, at his residence. Funeral arrangements are pending and will be announced by Harrelson Funeral Home for Harold Baynard. Grace Melton Black, 89, died Tuesday, December 7th, at Rutherford Regional Health System. A service to celebrate her life will be held at 2 o'clock on Tuesday, December the 28th, at the First United Methodist Church of Forest City, with Reverend Bill Perry officiating. Interment will follow in the church columbarium. Mass will be required at the service for the safety of those attending. The service will be live streamed on the Facebook page of First United Methodist Church, Forest City, or the church's YouTube channel. The Paget and King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements for Grace Melton Black. Patricia Worley Margarita, age 76, passed away at Forsyth Medical Center December the 10th. Services will be held Thursday, December 16th at 4 o'clock at Bills Creek Baptist Church. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to the service. Reverend Monica Childers will officiate. Burial will be private. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is serving the family of Patricia Worley Margarita. Clara Dean Wilson Crump, age 90, of Forest City, formerly of Charlotte, passed away on Wednesday, December the 8th, at Hospice of the Carolina Foothills. The funeral service will be conducted at 3 o'clock today at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel, with Reverend Ernie Cole officiating. Burial will follow in the Bethel Baptist Church Cemetery. Family will receive friends 1 hour prior to service time at the funeral home, where Clara Dean Wilson Crump and Harrelson Funeral Home is in charge. Marvin Edward Richard, age 94, of Davidson, North Carolina, passed away December the 9th at Lake Norman Regional Medical Center in Mooresville. Services will be held at a later date, and Eggers Funeral Home of Cliffside will be serving the family of Marvin Edward Richard of Davidson. Those are the death announcements we have in-house this morning. For the complete information on these and others as they become available to us, be sure to tune in this morning at 11:35 and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon report here on the most information for the Foothills, WCAB Rutherfordton, broadcasting from 100.9 FM, 590 AM on WCAB. Well, the Tar Heels had a good night over Furman last night, UNC 74, Furman 61. Now stand by. The Bill O'Reilly Morning Update is coming up. Then we'll get to the phones and make our phone calls around the county just to see what's been happening overnight. Here's Bill O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly here, and I'm warming up from the NRIA.net studios in New York. Stand by for the O'Reilly Update Morning Edition. Investors, are you sitting on capital or wanting to diversify? The NRIA Real Estate Development Fund provides returns right now. They capitalize on strategic markets. They offer steady monthly payouts plus double-digit annualized returns. Start your due diligence at NRIA.net or call 800-800-1414. That's easy. 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at NRIA.net.
On this Wednesday, there is no question that Donald Trump is eyeing the 2024 Republican nomination for president. And as it stands now, he is the front runner by a lot. The corrupt media knows this and is trying to diminish and isolate Donald Trump. I saw that vividly over the weekend when the hate media machine went to work on the very successful Trump history tour. Ticket sales don't lie. More than 30,000 tickets sold for the first 4 shows and counting. But Newsweek and others didn't even ask for a ticket count. They just flat out lied about attendance. And that's what Donald Trump is facing every day he remains in politics. Deceit directed his way. In the 1930s, the wicked totalitarians, Joseph Stalin and Adolf Hitler, knew that a corrupt media was key to destroying their enemies. So the Bolsheviks and the Nazis took over the press, hurting anyone who didn't cooperate with them and massively misleading their own people in the process. That same type of corruption is occurring now in the USA. Last Thursday, when the Jussie Smollett verdict came in, MSNBC didn't even mention it in prime time. NBC News executives ordered that to happen. It is almost impossible to believe, but the corrupt press is here in the USA. Now this. My trusted technology research executive Jeff Brown has a must-see video out right now on the Great Reset and how it will affect you. The way we spend, save, invest, borrow will be changed forever, according to Jeff. So pay attention because in his briefing, he'll show you exactly what's going on, the proof, and how you can best prepare. So don't wait. Please watch Jeff's important video report on the Great Reset now. Go to jeffbrowntech.com. jeffbrowntech.com. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
On behalf of all of us here at WCAB, we wish a very Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year to you and your family. WCAB Rutherfordton.
Pass it on.
This time of upheaval is causing me to look a little deeper inside myself, looking for some goodness. And this is what I've found. I'm more aware of my neighbor's well-being. I'm saying thanks to those who help keep my life as normal as possible. My mail carrier, my grocery cashier, my delivery person. I find myself caring about others instead of just looking out for myself. And oh, my goodness, does it feel good. Goodness is in you.
Pass it on.
From passiton.com.
His father gave him the name of Slow, not because he wasn't bright, but because he was deliberate. But his deliberateness never stood in the way of him taking action. At the age of 14, he made his first kill, and his father changed his name to Sitting Bull. Sitting Bull is best known for his victory at Little Bighorn against George Armstrong Custer. This victory directly resulted in his defeat. But I get ahead of myself. Because of his braveness in battle, Sitting Bull was made the leader of the Stronghearts, a special society of warriors, and later he became the chief of his Hunkpapa division of the Sioux. Even though the federal government had ordered the Indians to relocate to a reservation, Sitting Bull was able to convince more than 10,000 Sioux, Arapaho, and Cheyenne to leave the reservation and band together. and it was a part of this group that defeated General Custer. Because of the Little Bighorn, the government made an all-out effort to defeat the Plains Indians. Finally, with less than 200 followers, Sitting Bull and his ragged band surrendered. Because of fears of an Indian insurrection, on December 15, 1890, about 40 Indian policemen rushed Sitting Bull's home to arrest him while he was asleep. In the confusion, a fight broke out, and the great Sioux chief, Sitting Bull, was shot twice by a Sioux Indian policeman. Incidentally, the 59-year-old Sitting Bull had previously indicated he had no interest in the insurrection. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Jesse James Railroad Express has added 2 new sandwiches to their menu. Try the all-new crispy chicken sandwich with lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise, or the crispy deluxe with lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, bacon, and cheese. And now, the new beer-battered fish sandwich. All come with sides. Enjoy a refreshing milkshake or a hand-dipped ice cream cone. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. Closed Wednesday and Sunday. Jesse James Railroad Express, 531 Railroad Avenue in Rutherford. Call 828-447-4644. Mondays only, hot dog with mustard, chili, and onions for only $1.24 each. All aboard the Jesse James Railroad Express.
Now let's hit the phones, find out what's been going on over the past 24 hours or so while we were sleeping. And we turn our attention to the Sheriff's Department. And Officer King, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. How you doing today, Jim?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't believe it's nice warm weather here in the middle of wintertime. I mean, not wintertime, but in the middle of December.
Right.
What's been happening?
In the past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Department responded to 145 calls for service. There were 18 arrests processed in the jail, and the jail currently has 186 people incarcerated. On our incident reports, a John Bright from Vivian Way in Forest City reported a break and entering. Michael Smith from Old US 74 Highway in Ellenboro reported a misdemeanor larceny. Jerry Hunt from Gospel Music Drive in Bostic reported a larceny from a motor vehicle, and that actually occurred on Jonestown Road in Bostic. And Rose Prano from Lowbridge Road in Forest City reported theft from a motor vehicle. That's all for the incident reports. On our arrest reports, Mark Walker from Hill Street in Henrietta was arrested and served with a warrant for assault on a female, received a $500 unsecured bond. David Daisley from Ferry Road in Morrisboro was arrested and charged with possession of a firearm by a felon. No bond listed on that one. Christopher Towery from Jupiter Lane in Bostic was served with a warrant for no liability insurance. No bond listed on that one. Alexander Hopkins from Swafford Ridge Road in Chesney, South Carolina was served with 3 counts of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, received a $500 secured bond. Jonathan Gant from Bumgardner Place in Bostic was served with 3 counts of failure to appear on misdemeanor, received a $1,000 secured bond. Brittany Fox from Balmy Lane in Rutherford was served with 4 counts of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, received a $2,000 secured bond. Travis Wishon from C.C. Lovelace Road in Rutherford was served with warrants for larceny of a motor vehicle and obtaining property by false pretense, received a $10,000 secured bond. Anthony Melendrez from Forest Hill Drive in Forest City was served with a domestic violence protection order, received a...
Well, I was having trouble staying.